some of my driving. So you okay if your voice will be in my video?
No problem.
Okay. Alright, so this is Nova Scotia.
No, me, cameras, me, and my voice doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna record, you know, a little bit of driving here with my head cam. So we had so I have one escort in the front, one escort in the back, and we had a police escort for about 50 kilometers, 30 miles out of Halifax, because the municipality of Halifax requires you only can leave at night before 6, and you need to have a police escort. And so now we made it to the freeway, because that part was super slow because the cop was too cautious. He was driving like once my engine actually stalled because I had to go into first gear on a super steep hill there on local roads when we were getting towards Highway 102, and just the cop was way too slow. And of course the cop was in front of the front pilot, so and I talked to him on the radio. I said, hey, can we go a bit faster? He says, I can't, because the cop is right in front of me. So of course the cop has, you know, flashing lights, you cannot pass him. And then eventually we got to 102, so he started driving a bit faster, but now it's much better. So we just went through the toll portion where you have to pay the toll here. It's $3 per axle for trucks, but for some reason they only charge me $24, which is what, 6 axles? No, 7, right? 8. 3 times 8, 24, yeah. But that's still not correct, right? It should be 9. I got 3 axles on the truck on the ground, a tandem Jeep 5, and 4 in the back, 9. So it should have been 27. So I saved $3. So it helps when your trailer is black and it's raining. They cannot see all the tires. And the plan for today is so we're gonna be out of Nova Scotia in about, I think, 140 kilometers, which is 90 miles, and then that's New Brunswick. And I think it's gonna take us whole day to get to the border between New Brunswick and Quebec, which is the next province after New Brunswick. And they told me I will need one of these guys in Quebec as well. So I need 2 escorts in Nova Scotia, 2 in New Brunswick, and possibly just 1 in Quebec. But it's only 5:36 Eastern time, so 6:36 local time. So our buddy Chris at the permit company probably is still sleeping, dreaming the big dreams. And with a heavy load, I find that the truck likes the slightly higher RPM, of course, because this, you know, feels. I think it's my pilots are talking to each other in French because they're from Quebec. Yeah, see, 1150. I'm still not shifting. I'm still in 8 high, and it's still pulling pretty good. It just slows down because of this hill, but is it 1170? My RPM, it keeps going. Comments. See, 1180. So we're doing good. So yeah, it was not, the permits were not too bad, you know, because like 3-4 days, that's normal. I loaded Monday and I asked for permits Monday afternoon. It was already after like 2 o'clock. And so Tuesday, Wednesday, I think I got them Thursday. First I got the Nova Scotia, then New Brunswick. But it took like 1 day to get the City of Halifax permit because they wanted a copy of my certificate of insurance, and usually they just ask that certificate is kind of like customized. At the bottom it says certificate holder, and then in this case let's say it would say, you know, Halifax municipality, but they also wanted to be additional insured. Not just certificate holder, but additional insured. And so that took longer. And my insurance broker says like it's 2 hours. When I request a certificate of insurance, they guarantee that certificate within 2 business hours, as long as it's not on the weekend. And here it was like 3 hours and I still don't have it. So I finally called them. I said, can you guys tell me what's going on? Oh, we sent it to you 10 minutes ago. I said, which email did you use? And she tells me something with the word tracking in the email address. I said, that's not my email address. I said, I have either this one or this one. And she says, hold on. And then comes back on the line and says, oh, I'm sorry, actually we have another customer with a very similar name to yours, which I highly doubt that somebody has a last name similar to mine, a Russian name. So anyway, so she sent a certificate of of insurance to the wrong guy. So of course I think she used his account, his certificate of insurance. And so eventually I got it like 4:30 yesterday, and the permit broker was saying, hey, they're closing in like 10 minutes. If we don't have that certificate, we cannot get the Halifax city permit, we cannot get a cop to escort us. And so I just got it like with 5 minutes to go. I got the certificate of insurance. We booked the police escort. We got the city permit, and then about a couple of hours later my phone rang and it was a cop calling me to confirm. He says, yeah, so we're doing an escort, right? And I said, yeah. And he says, so what time do you want me there? I said, well, my escorts are gonna be there at 3:30, but we were thinking like leaving at 4. And he said, well, I can be there at 3:30. And I'm like, son of a gun, because you know I was sitting at that superstore 2 minutes away, but still, for me to be ready to rock and roll at 3:30 Atlantic time, which is 2:30 my time, I would have to get up at like 2:30 local time, right? Because usually it takes like at least 10-15 minutes to get going. And so yeah, at first I set up my alarm for 2:45 local time, and then I'm lying in bed and I'm thinking, no, that's not enough. So I grab my phone, reset the alarm to 2:30. Imagine, so I had to wake up at 1:30 Eastern time, which is what my body is used to. It's crazy. So that's why, you know, today I just want to go get to Quebec border, which is 555 kilometers, 555 kilometers away. But you see, like, the truck is slowing down all the time. It's a pretty big load. So my gross is about 178,000 pounds. 178,000 pounds, and I'm 105 feet long, or 32 meters, but it's regular width, regular height, so just heavy and long. Yeah, I wish I had a load like that, you know, only if it paid what mine is paying. But yeah, these 3 provinces, geez, it's gonna cost me $2,000-3,000 bucks to get out of here. 2 escorts, police. New Brunswick permit was 500 bucks, of course Canadian. Nova Scotia was 300. City of Halifax was 125. The cop was 350. And these 2 guys will cost me probably like 1,500 bucks at least for 2 days, because I need them in New Brunswick. I need them, well, I will need one in Quebec. Honestly, I did not expect this, but I emailed the freight broker. I said, you know, as usual, I made a mistake with the estimate, but I did not ask him for any more money because that's on me. And that's why you can never get people low rate, because there's always surprises, you know. Yeah, because this is my first time. I came here before to Nova Scotia, to Newfoundland, but only when I had a flatbed step deck. I never did a really big load out of here. Like, this is my first 9-axle load out of here. So now, of course, I will know next time that you need all these escorts, cops, you know, you're a super load. But, you know, it's hard to get all that from books, you know. Of course, smart people learn from other people's mistakes, but, you know, if I was smart, I would not be a trucker. So we that are not too smart, we learn from our mistakes. But what do you do? That's why they pay us the big bucks, right? And by the way, these guys, normally you don't see them set up like this, the escorts. They are actually company drivers. Most of these guys I know because I like talking to them, right? When you're driving and you're talking. And most of them in the States and Canada, they independent contractors. It's like they have their own authority, you know. They register. There's like a couple of, I think it's 2-3 courses online you have to take to be certified. I think one there's like Washington, New York, and that's good like for the entire US. I think there's like 3 licenses you need to have in the States, and then I don't know if there's any training in Canada. But anyway, so these guys, the permit company that I got the permits from, they own these trucks. And so the guys that are escorting me, they're just kind of like company drivers. And these Ford F-150, and they said they have a 6-cylinder turbo. I think it's that 3.5 liter EcoBoost engine on these Fords, and they're all 4x4, and I think they have a full like 4-door cab, like nice looking trucks. But if this was me, I would probably get a Dodge Ram 2500 with a with a 3.5 liter diesel. That's what I saw they offer on our ramtrucks.ca. That would be a cool truck, you know. 4x4, super crew, whatever, crew cab, and diesel engine. So it was raining, so yeah, so we left the port at like 3:30. It's dark, and I had the camera on the back of the sleeper. Of course, I have no idea until I look at it if you can actually see anything, but I just wanted to show you guys how the whole rig, you know, goes around corners. There was a big turn from the port. There was like almost a 180-degree turn. So I'm gonna show that one. And then it was super dark. It was raining on and off, but now looks like the weather is getting better. At least we're driving towards a better weather. So yeah, 120 kilometers to New Brunswick, 75 miles. And I set up my cruise at 60 miles an hour, 97. Oh, actually, wait a second. New Brunswick border, 29. Oh wow, just 29 kilometers. That's what, 20 miles? That's pretty good. And I know there's a scale there, so they'll probably send us through the scale, but I'm so long, I don't know if they can scale me or not. I hope not. And this is what the border looks like between Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. See, they have a special booth in here. So they're waving us. They're waving all the trucks through. But they stop cars. So 514 kilometers to the border with Quebec, where there's a truck stop, Big Irving, and I want to stop right there. So 500 kilometers, and now it's only 6 o'clock Eastern or 7 local. I think we should make it by the end of the day. Do you remember when we left that truck stop where the cop left us?
Yeah.
No, do you remember what time it was?
When we left, it was 5 o'clock.
Local time, right?
Yeah, local time, so that would have been 4 o'clock at home.
Okay, so a couple of hours, all right. Yeah, I just think maybe the next half an hour, if we see something where I can just quickly stop and, you know, go around, check the chains.
Yeah, no problem. If ever we see a good shoulder, we can do it there too if you want.
So Ryan, what was the biggest load you guys ever escorted, like in terms of weight?
In terms of weight, I'd probably have to say 200
like a gross weight, truck, trailer, load?
Yeah, that was everything.
268. Wow. I'm 178 right now, so it's almost 100,000 pounds more than what I am now. Wow. 200, what is it, 68?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where I brought that one to.
So that guy probably had, I don't know, 2 Jeeps, 2 boosters. Because even like a 75 or wait, 80 ton, I know 80 ton, like Fontaine 80 ton, it's just 3. It's Trident Jeep and 3-axle trailer and 3-axle booster. But I don't think that would be enough for 268,000 pounds.
Oh, we had a special permit for the weight, so you had a tri-drive 3 plus 3 plus 3. No. 3 plus 4 plus 3.
Wait, what do you mean 3 plus 4?
You had a 4-axle tractor or 4-axle trailer. Oh, we land the right shoulder.
Yeah, some guy is on the shoulder there.
Yeah, it's all yours.
So he had a Trident Jeep and then 4-axle truck like mine, and then he had 4 axles on the trailer and Trident booster, right?
Yeah, just on his truck it wasn't a lift axle, it was an actual tri-drive.
Ah, I see, okay.
And so he had 4 axles on the tractor, then he had the 3-axle Jeep, 4-axle trailer, and 3-axle booster.
Oh wow, so well, that's definitely bigger than 80 ton, because like I said, 80 ton is 3 plus 3 plus 3, so that was probably 100 ton or something.
Yeah, and because of the length of the thing, he had his deck was stretched out.
Oh, it was a stretch trailer, like extendable.
Yeah, it was a trombone, but I think he was a total of 150 feet.
Oh wow, like a mini train.
Yeah, but that one costs a lot to escort, that's for sure.
Alright, we're coming up on another scale.
Yeah, they should all be closed for this COVID stuff.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, Quebec and Ontario are apparently the only ones who like to stay open.
Yeah, they send us all a message. I got a message from Ministry of Transportation of Ontario saying that, you know, we are welcome to park overnight at all scales, but you see they're still open for inspection during the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Now here's a typical New Brunswick scenery, right? First you go down, and then check this out. The road goes like this, and now we're gonna have a super steep hill over there at the end. So I just want to show you guys how the truck pulls. So 98,000 pounds or 44.9 metric tons is the load. So 178, roughly 178,000 pounds is my gross weight. I'm just watching the RPM, so as soon as it hits 1200 I'm gonna downshift, but for now I'm still an 8 high. Alright, 8 low, fan on. far in the distance over there, that's white and blue flag. That means that that's the Quebec border, New Brunswick, Quebec. So from 3:30 when we left the port, it took us from 3:30 to 1:30 p.m. to reach the Quebec New Brunswick line. And my permit has been issued for Quebec. And New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, I needed 2 escorts. Now in Quebec I only need 1. And so the guy's coming to pick me up, but we said 5, and then that became confusing because if I look at my cell phone, it still shows Atlantic time, which is 1 hour forward, whereas this is Digely, Quebec. It should be already Quebec time or Eastern time, right? And so I just sent an email to the permit broker. I said, could you please pass this info to the pilot, because I don't have his phone number, that we are meeting at 5 o'clock Quebec time, not Atlantic time, because 5 Eastern is 6 Atlantic, right? So I don't want to get up at, I don't want him to come over at 5 Atlantic, which is 4 Eastern, right? Like I'm done with these early rises, you know. But anyway, we did good. One thing I did notice, I still see the end of the trailer slightly tracking, like off tracking, you know. I think it's because of that little incident in Newark. And I don't think it's actually the trailer. I think maybe just the spreader. Like the spreader shifted a little bit, you know. The spreader bar between XL2 and XL3 maybe just a little bit shifted. Because I crawled underneath. I don't see anything suspicious over there. Everything looks the same on both sides. But I'll definitely, once I'm empty, I'll definitely have to find like a alignment shop or some kind of a body shop and let them figure out why the rear of the trailer is just, you know, going slightly sideways, you know. And I thought it was my imagination, but then when I was driving, I had 2 pilots, right? And I asked the guy in the back, I said, can you please look at my trailer as we're driving? Can you please look at my trail? Is it side tracking or is it a straight line? And he said, yeah, I can see just a little bit to the left, like driver's side, he says. No, actually the rear was a little bit to the shoulder. Because yeah, in my mirror I see more of a trail in here. Anyway, it's weird, so not critical, you know. We'll figure it out, because I have so many components and all of them are modular, you know. There's so many pivoting points. Somehow I think it's not the trail. I think it's the spreader bar, you know. Anyway, that's it. So now I'm uploading the 18 gigabytes that got recorded while we were driving with the cop, because, you know, I put that thing in there behind the sleeper. This one over here. I put this thing behind the sleeper, and of course I didn't have time to take it off. And then we stopped where the cop left us. There's a truck stop there, so I stopped, I grabbed coffee, checked my load, and I was able to climb to the top and take it off. And I was surprised actually that the camera was still recording, so it was like recording for an hour. And now I see so many files in there, but it was dark, it was night, and the camera was pointed backwards. But we're gonna see. I have not seen it myself yet, right? So I just wanted to do this little commentary at the very end of the video. But very happy with the pilots, very nice guys, you know, very helpful, great communication skills, no issues with no language barrier, because they're from Quebec, I'm from Ontario, so everything is fine. So one of them is coming tomorrow to pick me up and take me to Ontario line, which is about 600 kilometers. So that's pretty much all I want to do tomorrow. I want to do 600 kilometers to Ent, Ontario, where I can use my annual permit, where I don't need any escorts. So it's going to be much easier. And tomorrow is Saturday, so traffic should not be too bad. And you can see, like here, like my windshield is all covered in bugs, but like the truck stop is empty. Like this guy over here, and then two guys over there, and there's one guy over there in the back. And I parked like this, and in the morning I'll try to get some fuel. So it's 83 cents Canadian per liter. And and my fuel mileage, just in case anybody's wondering, was 66 liters per 100 kilometers. Ciao.